let's go ahead and begin in a nice tall and comfortable seated posture. You're welcome to sit up onto a blanket or folded towel here too. Just allowing hopefully the legs and the knees to relax down away from the rest of your body so we can grow nice and tall. And also, again, pulling the flesh out from underneath so you can feel the natural curves of your spine here. So let's go ahead from here, bring the shoulders up by the ears, take a nice inhale. And exhale out through the mouth. To release the shoulders. Again, inhaling, shoulders up by the ears, maybe a little tension. And then as we exhale, still growing tall, but allowing all the muscles to just melt over the bones. Inhaling. And again, exhale. Go ahead and close down the eyes here for a few moments. And feel maybe slightly leaning back as you feel your shoulders stacked directly above the hips. Feel your heart space, your chest, shoulders, nice and broad and wide. And there's a little bit of a corset action or core hugging your midline, drawing the ribs in slightly. And you feel length through your waist and the sides of your body. And the chin is parallel to the earth, so you feel a length through the back of the neck here as well. Just allowing your breath to naturally rise and fall. And again, with each exhale, see if you can empty out slowly and completely. And feel the weight of your body give itself to the earth. And feel her support you. And perhaps resting your right hand on top of your heart and your left hand over top of the right. And just take some nice deep, slow cleansing breaths into the heart space. Feel and visualize your heart growing bigger and fuller with each breath. And allowing yourself to be open to the teachings of your practice, the teachings of your body, and anything that may arise for you. Allowing whatever does arise to just be space for it as it's on its way out. And allowing ourselves to let go. And from that place, let's go ahead and take a nice deep, slow inhale, reach the arms up overhead, palms to prayer. And as we exhale, hands to the heart center. This time we'll reach the palms straight up overhead, inhale. And as we exhale, gently open the arms. Let them float down by your side. Let's try that again. Take a nice deep inhale, reach up. Palms to prayer and exhale. Bring that energy back to the heart center. This time we'll inhale again, straight up. And with a nice allow the arms to float down. Inhaling up. And exhaling back to your heart center. Deep, slow breath in, reach up. Exhale. Last time, inhale. Exhale back to your heart. Deep inhale overhead. And just take a moment here, observe what you feel. As you breathe. Go ahead from there, reach the right arm out to your side. So I'll mirror you here at first. Inhaling up. Exhaling up and over to your left. Hips and shoulders stay square to the front as we inhale. Roll your heart toward the sky. So a little bit of a twist in your core here as you reach longer through the right side of your body. Exhale, we can bend into the elbows here. Stretch even longer. Another breath here. When you're ready, we'll slowly float back up using your core, rooting down through your seat. And again, a little bit of support for the back of the head. And let's go ahead and gently tilt your right ear towards the right shoulder. So we can place the hand on top if you like, or on the shoulder if you need, and walk your left fingertips out away from you. Maybe a little further. Keep walking ever out as you grow ever taller. Maybe find some stillness here once you're ready. And then as we exhale, go ahead and release the arms down onto your thighs again, and or hands down and chin in towards the throat. And then we're going to turn your gaze over your left shoulder as you inhale, turn your head. And as we exhale, let's go and turn it through center over to your right. Inhale back to center. And exhale, we'll reach out to your left side. Inhaling up. Exhaling up and over to your right. And again, hips and shoulders stay square. As we inhale, we're going to roll the heart towards the sky. Belly in. Exhale, go and bend into the elbows. Maybe deepen your side stretch between the ribs, intercostals. Another breath here. So at your own pace, inhale, come back up slowly again with a little support, rooting down through your hips. Exhale, gently tilt your left ear towards the left shoulder. Maybe a little weight there, or you could just place your hand on your shoulder. Right fingertips walking away, out to the side, maybe slightly back. And you're rooting down, going taller through both sides. With deep cleansing breaths here. And as we exhale, go ahead and release the hands onto your thighs or knees again, chin in. And turn your head over your right shoulder again. Inhale, looking over. As we exhale, back to center, just straight to center and over to your left side. Inhale, back to center. And exhale, let's bring the chin all the way in. This time we're going to go ahead and circle your head around in one direction. Following your nose all the way around. And then we'll go in the other direction when you're ready. Just take it nice and slowly. Deep breaths. Following your nose all the way around again. Beautiful. From there, roll the shoulders up. Inhale. Exhale out through the mouth. And so shake out the legs in front of us. Feet in and out. Wiggle the knees. Whatever feels good. Maybe let's bring the hands to fists and do a nice little thump, thump, thump all over the legs and over the body. And just helping to wake up those energy channels and loosen, free anything that may be stuck or held here in the lower body. And then we'll bring the hands to the tops of the feet. Let's drag them all the way up the legs. Again, just a really nice subtle drawing of the energy out and up. So anything, again, that's stuck or held here, we can help to lift it out. Breathing through this. On all sides of the legs, under, inner thighs, outer thighs. And then just notice the sensations you feel. And then we'll cross the opposite leg in front. So usually it's the hip that might feel a little bit tighter than the other side. We pull the flesh out from underneath, unless you're completely balanced, which is rare, but you can feel a little bit, the other side feels maybe a little bit different. So from there, root down through your seat to grow tall again. Take a deep inhale, reach up. This time as we exhale, we're going to gently twist to your right arm behind, like a kickstand here behind you. Inhale, so I've got my hand on my fingertips right behind my sacrum. If that works for you, grow nice and tall as you root down through your seat, inhaling, lengthening. Exhale again, we twist from your core. Gaze back over your shoulder. Breathing deeply. Inhaling. Exhaling, twist from your core. And from there, the right arm's going to reach up as we inhale. Exhale, up and over. So we're going to still hold on to this right knee or thigh and reach over to the left side, the left upper corner of the room. It's on diagonal. One more breath here. Exhaling, lengthening, stretching through that side, wherever you need it, between those ribs, mid back, upper back. One more breath here, reach up. As we exhale, we're going to rock that right arm all the way around and tuck the chin, curl. A couple deep, slow breaths here. So stretching through that upper back and outer shoulders here, pressing those thighs and knees down. One more breath. And then release the arms. Let's go ahead and walk the fingertips behind us. Roll the shoulders back for our counter pose. So we're on the fingertips, lifting the sternum and chest up to the sky. Deep inhale. And then exhale. And then we'll go ahead to the other side here when you're ready. Inhale up. Exhale, twist to your left arm behind. Excuse me. Inhale, lengthen nice and tall, rooting down through your seat. Exhale, again, we twist from our core, deep inside and below the belly button. Drawing navel to spine. Inhale, lengthen. As we exhale, keep the legs and hips pressing down as we go tall. One more breath here. And then the left arm's going to reach up as we inhale, still holding on to your left thigh with your right hand. Exhale, root down to come up and over. So here you really want to press the knees and thighs down as you reach over to that upper right corner. Another breath here. Exhaling. Stretch wherever you need it. You can, play with the position of your arm or the rotation of the shoulder. Inhale, reach up. And then exhale, we're going to bring that left arm all the way around. Grab the opposite thigh again on knee and round through the upper back, tucking the chin. Push those knees and hips down even more. Deep breaths. Release the arms when you're ready. Come onto fingertips behind you and roll those shoulders all the way back. Take a deep inhale, lift through the heart center, arching upper back. And again, exhale, releasing there. Shake out the legs one more time. Wiggle. And then we'll swing the legs around and come onto your hands and knees. And spread the fingers out nice and wide here, knees hip distance apart. Sending the inner thighs up and back. Let's take a nice deep, slow inhale, looking up between the brows. And as we exhale, we're going to send the inner thighs back and slowly sit back into your heels. You could also take the option if the legs are really tight in child's pose or anything like that, you could curl the toes under and get a foot stretch at the same time, or just relax your feet here, whatever feels good. I'm gonna reach my elbows forward. So your arms can be in whatever position feels good for you today too. But maybe bringing your elbows forward and the hands to prayer behind your head. It can be a nice stretch for the outer shoulders. A couple deep breaths here. Into your back body. So ideally resting your forehead onto something, whether it be the ground or your hands or a prop here. And really allow the breath to expand into your belly,
and low back, mid back, and even the space behind the heart. One more breath here. And then releasing those arms, we'll slowly go ahead and come back onto your hands and knees. Spreading the fingers nice and wide again. Inner thighs lift up and back. Take your next inhale, look up between brows. And then exhale, we'll go to downward facing dog or Adho Mukha Svanasana. Hips nice and high. Spread the fingers wide again. And feel free to walk your feet here in place or do whatever feels good for your legs, your shoulders. Yeah. Let's feel out what you need here. And then from here, let's go ahead and walk your feet all the way forward to the top of your mat. Feet about hip distance apart or more if you need. And just fold. Bending the knees as much as we need to here. Let's go ahead and plant down for your feet. Halfway rise, flat back as we inhale. And then as we exhale, I want you to focus on rooting down through those feet, strong legs and glutes as you rise up. Inhale, palms to prayer. Above the head, and exhale, hands to the heart center. And again, really rooting down through the big toe mounds and outer edges of the heels here as we inhale, reach back up. Hook the right thumb on top, maybe a little arch through the upper back. Strong core. As we exhale, back forward fold. Nice deep inhale, lengthen the spine, halfway lift, flat back. On fingertips or shins or thighs, exhale, deepen your fold. Go ahead and stand on your right leg and reach back with your left leg, almost through warrior three, and then land lightly, quietly all the way back behind you here, right knee above the ankle, and hugging the thighs towards each other. We'll lower down that left knee until the toes. Come on to fingertips, lengthen the spine, and keep your gaze between the brows. And just relaxing the hips here, but hugging the thighs towards each other slightly. Keep the hips and pelvis square. One more breath here. And then as we exhale, let's go and plant the hands, spread the fingers wide, and then step that right foot all the way back to downward dog. And plug into the earth through those hands and feet. Deep cleansing breaths externally rotate through your shoulders, so turning them outward, and then protracting shoulder blades, lifting those shoulders away from each other and towards the ears. Hips lift high away from shoulders. Feel the sides of your body really long. Another deep breath here, strong. Planting through hands and feet, and exhale, lower the knees. Just inhale, inner thighs lift up and back, look up between brows. As we exhale, we can keep elbows above stacked over elbows above wrist, and squeeze triceps in, lower knees, chin, chest. So this is Ashtanga Asana, and we're squeezing, holding our body up here. One more breath, squeeze those triceps in, hovering above the mat, and then slowly reach and bring the hips down to the ground. I'm gonna bring the elbows out from underneath us here in Sphinx pose. So about under the shoulders, maybe a little more forward if you need. Spread through the fingers and lengthen through the legs, pressing into the tops of the feet. So we feel the kneecaps lift as we draw the tailbone down and belly lift. Deep inhale, feel the pelvic floor deep inside lifting up. And try to create some space between your shoulders and your ears by pressing down through those shoulders.
One more breath, but still lengthening through the rest of your spine. And exhale, let's bring those hands underneath the shoulders, squeezing triceps in. Inhale, reverse push up either onto the knees or into a full plank. And then exhale, let's go ahead and walk the feet forward slightly, lift the hips high, bend the knees to bear pose. And then we'll stretch the legs out long when you're ready into downward facing dog. Deep cleansing breaths here. Again, remembering the setup as we plant the hands and feet, we really find the proper weight bearing of the shoulder with the shoulders here. External rotation, protraction, and lengthen the sides of the body long. Deep cleansing breath. And go ahead and just step that left foot forward between your hands and left knee above your heel, knee above the heel, and then hug the thighs in towards each other. Lower that right thigh bone down, release the back foot. And again here, take a couple of moments. Resync the hips, lift the heart. Hug the thighs towards your midline. Gaze between the brows, deep cleansing breaths. When you're ready, lift the back knee off the ground and we'll step that right foot forward between hands. Let's interlace your fingers behind you, bend your knees like you're in a chair, and then stretch those shoulders. So sitting back into your chair, focus more here on the mobility of the shoulders, breathing deeply into that. You can bring even the wrists together if possible. One more breath. You're welcome to stretch the legs if it feels good. And then as we exhale, go ahead and release the hands down. Inhale, lengthening the spine, flat back. And we deepen our exhale. All about the breath. One more breath here. Empty everything out. So again, plant through the feet, root down strongly through the legs as we rise up. Inhale, palms to prayer. Exhale, hands to the heart center. Pulling down to grow taller. Inhale again, deep breath and reach up. Hook the left thumb on top, arching upper back, strong core and legs. Exhale, bow, slowly fold. Inhaling, lengthening the spine. Exhaling, deepen your fold. Start with the right leg back first this time. Big, huge step backs. And then we go ahead and find a high crescent lunge here. We're going to bend the right knee a little bit, so hovering. Squeeze the thighs together, root down into the earth. Just slowly, maybe you're going to rise up here onto the thigh. Maybe you'd like to reach up if it feels good. Lengthen the sides of your body. You can lift up through the heart center. Feel your core nice and strong. One more deep breath. And exhale, we can circle the arms all the way around and down. Step that left foot back to downward dog. Deep cleansing breaths here. And reaching long through the sides of your body. See if you can feel your armpits grow longer. Pressing through that upper back. One more breath. Exhale, lower the knees. Inhale, inner thighs lift up and back, look up between brows. You can stay here, go to child's pose, or lower knees, chin, chest, Ashtanga Asana. Hold it here. Another deep breath. Squeezing those triceps in. Exhale, we'll bring the hips and legs down. Roll the shoulders all the way back and squeeze triceps in again as we inhale, legs long and strong, tailbone down. Just as we did in Sphinx, look up between brows. Exhale, squeeze it in, lower down. Inhale, reverse the push-up. Again, however you like.
Exhale, bend the knees, lift the hips high in bear pose. Inhale, stretch the legs, downward dog. Deep cleansing breath. Lengthen through, externally rotate. Lengthen those outer shoulders, those armpits, side waist. Hips high away from heels. Sorry, hips high away from shoulders. And step that right foot forward between the hands this time. Onto the other side, we bend into that back knee. Onto fingertips, root down to slowly rise, right knee above the heel. And again, you can be on your thigh, your hips here, or reach up. Lengthening the sides of your body. So from the waist down, we're really hunkering down into the earth. From the waist up, growing tall. Another deep breath here. Feel your corset holding you strong as we lift the heart center, maybe your gaze. Exhale, hands come back down to the earth. Step that left foot forward. Between your hands, interlace the opposite forefinger and thumb on top as we did last time. Bend the knees, stretch those shoulders. Slow, deep breaths. You're welcome to stretch the legs long here if that feels good. One more deep breath. Empty out slowly and completely. Inhaling. Release the hands down when you're ready. Exhale. Inhaling, lengthen through the spine, halfway lift. Let's stay here as we exhale, plant the feet and root down into the earth to rise up. Inhale, palms to prayer. Exhale, hands to the heart center. Samasthiti. Breathe deep. Go ahead from here, bring the feet as close together as possible. Zip up through the inner thighs and legs. And we're going to sit the hips all the way back into like a chair, an Utkatasana chair pose, lengthening the sides of your body, your waist nice and long. And we feel that scooping action, that lift in your pelvic floor. In and up. Deep cleansing breaths here. Let's bring your fingertips over to your right, outside of your feet if you can. Maybe fingertips even reach the floor. Inhale back to center, scoop that gut in and up. Exhale, fingertips touch to your left. Lengthen the sides of your body. Inhale, core strong, hands to the heart. Exhale, fingertips touch right. Inhale through center. Scoop that belly in, exhale, fingertips touch left. Inhale, center. Weave those inner thighs together. Exhale, fingertips touch right. Inhale, center. Feel it in your core. Hug that corset in tight. Exhale, twist to your left. Fingertips touch left. Inhale, back to center. Another deep breath here. From here, as we exhale, plant down into your right foot. Step your left foot all the way back. Deep lunge. Good, and hands down. Spread the fingers wide, step back into your downward facing dog. Breathe. Slow, smooth breath. From here, we're again protracting shoulder blades. Externally rotating those shoulders. Lift up onto your tippy toes as we inhale. Exhale, let your heels fall all the way over to your left side. So the toes turn to the right and you're sort of on the edges of your feet. Hips stay high. Inhale back up on your tippy toes. Exhale, bring your heels over to the right and down. So the toes are now pointed left, hips are still high. Inhale back up on tippy toes. As we exhale, we're going to bring the heels all the way over to the left. One more time, and down. Hips are high. Really press So with your hands, push the hips away. From here, we're going to bring your shoulders stack above the wrist. So keeping your, so it becomes like a twisted plank a little bit. Hugging the belly in. Feel the sides of your body long. Let's bring your left hand to center. Right hand can either come to your hip or stack on top. Lift those toes up towards your head. You're right on the edges of those feet. And then slowly come back to center, back to plank pose. Inhaling in plank, tailbone down towards the heels. Exhale, we can lower knees, chin, chest, or you can lower chaturanga, squeezing in, elbows stay above the wrists. Inhale to cobra, shoulders down. Exhale, reverse your push-up. Or let's go to child's pose from here. Big toes come to touch. And again, let's take some slow, deep breaths here into the back body. Feel free to wiggle your hips a little bit side to side, but keep those hips down into your heels. Now rocking you from one side to the other. Just loosen up through your core. Loosen the center of your body and your hips. From here, let's bring your left arm underneath the right. So to keep the hips back, just find a gentle twist here. Left ear, left shoulder to the ground. Breathe deep into the back body on that side. Slowly coming out from underneath. And we'll inhale, come back onto all fours. Exhale, downward facing dog. Stretch up and back. Externally rotate those shoulders, left leg towards the sky as we inhale. Let's come up onto your right tippy toes and keep the outer thigh and pinky toe rolling down towards the earth, hips square. Another breath here, press into both hands equally. As we exhale, bend into that left knee now, stack your left hip on top of the right. So as we open the hip, we want to still press down through that left shoulder and left hand, keeping the shoulders square. From there, we'll bring your left knee towards your left shoulder and then thigh to your chest. Stacking shoulders above the wrist. Go ahead and step forward from here. And then from there, right fingertips underneath your right shoulder. We're going to pull your left hip in and back and find a gentle open twist here. Lifting that back thigh, your right thigh bone up towards the ceiling as we drop the hips towards the earth. Shouldn't say drop or just lower those hips. Another breath here, open up through your chest, widen. And as we exhale, let's go ahead and bring your left hand down. We're going to push off the back foot to bring your right knee behind the left knee and squeeze those knees together. And then step it right back behind you, nice and long. Again, we're going to push off the back foot, right knee behind the left, squeeze, bending both knees. And step back. One more time, right knee behind the left knee, squeeze. Then from here, we're going to bring the right knee right beside your left knee. So side by side, squeezing, flex that right ankle a lot and press down into your left foot to slowly rise. Slowly, slowly. And then bring the right knee in line with your hip. And we'll bring the left hand to find the knee, right hand to your sacrum. Now push your bottom back into your sacrum a little bit and feel the lift in the front. So butt back, lift in your core. Flex that right ankle a lot. Pull the toes up towards your head and slowly reach the right arm long behind you. So you feel space, free, the waist is long, belly's lifted. Maybe finding this open twist here, maybe not.
Just do the best we can. Take one more breath here. As we exhale, bring the hands to the heart. Keep that right foot flexed. Push through the heel to warrior three. Virabhadrasana 3. Another breath here. Inhaling, lengthening. Exhaling, step it back into a nice deep lunge. From here, we're going to lift the left foot off the ground and just hold it here. So hover. Shoulders above the wrists. Flex that left ankle. Left hand to center. We're going to spin your right heel to the left and then find your side plank here on one leg. Another breath here. Exhale back to plank. Inhaling plank. Exhale, step it forward. Right foot forward between your hands. And fold. If you'd like, interlace your fingers behind you. Stretch the shoulders again. Deep, slow breaths as you bow. Cleansing and nourishing breaths here. And releasing the hands down when you're ready. Inhaling, lengthen through the spine, flat back. Exhale, softening your fold. Again, deep, slow inhale, halfway lift. As we exhale, we're strong through the feet and legs, rooting down to rise. Inhale, palms to prayer. Exhale, back to heart center. Deep breath in, reach up as we inhale, palms to prayer. Hook the left thumb on top. Exhale, bow forward fold. Let's bring the heels and toes to touch. Sit the hips all the way back. So see if you can zip up again through the inner thighs. Inner thighs, inner knees, squeezing together and butt back, hands to the heart. And then from here, deep breath in, lengthen, lift through your core. Exhale, fingertips touch down to the left side here if possible. Inhale, back to center, squeeze those inner knees, inner thighs. Exhale, touch down to the right. So just a slight twist in your core. Inhale, heart, hands to heart. Exhale. Good. Try not to use your low back to rise up, but use your core to come back to center. Inhale. Exhale. Your right. Inhale, back to heart. Exhale to your left. Last time. Deep breath in. Deep breath out over to your right. Inhale back to the heart center. As we exhale, press into your left foot now. Press into that left foot, lift your right heel, flex your right ankle, knees together, squeeze. Step it back to deep lunge. Beautiful, hands down. From here, spread the fingers wide, back to downward facing dog. Deep breaths, hips are high. Lengthen the sides of your body. Inhale up on your tippy toes. Exhale, we're going to bring your heels all the way over to your left side, toes to the right. Inhale, back up on your tippy toes. Exhale, heels to the right, toes to the left, lower down, hips high. Breathe. Inhale, back up on your toes. Sorry, I started on the wrong side. We're going to go back to the right again. Heels to the right, toes to the left. Lift your toes up towards your head. So we're going to push with both hands, push those hips high away from the shoulders. Lifting up. And then slowly coming forward into this kind of twisted plank. You want to keep your shoulders stacked above the wrists. Tailbone down, but your toes are pointed to the left, right? And then lifting your toes up towards your head. So you're on the edges of your feet. Feel your core here. Feel that side oblique. We're going to then bring your right hand to the center a little bit, and then bring your left hand to your hip plank or side plank. Or you can also bring your left arm to stack. Lift those hips high, lift those toes up towards your head. Another deep breath here. Exhale, let's come back to plank pose on your toes. Shoulders stack above wrists, another breath. And exhale, let's lower the knees. And you can go knees, chin, chest. We could go to child's pose. Inhale to cobra. Exhale, child's pose here. Deep cleansing breath. Send the hips all the way back into heels. Long and smooth. Breathe into low back. Whenever you're ready, the right arm is going to slide underneath the left, finding that upper spinal twist again. So the right ear, right shoulder comes down, but on the other side here. Still sitting the hips back into your heels. Deep, slow breaths into that outer shoulder and back body. When you're ready, deep inhale, slowly coming back to center. And exhale, let's go ahead and come onto all fours, downward facing dog. Stretch it up and back, nice and long. Slow, smooth breath, sides of the body long. And we'll bring the right leg up this time as we inhale up on your tippy toes, outer thigh and pinky toe rolling down. Breathe, pressing into both hands firmly. Right knee bend, stacking your right knee above your left hip. Another breath here. You can gently start to lower your left heel towards the earth if that feels okay. We're going to bring that right knee towards your right shoulder this time, pressing equally into both hands. And then thigh to your chest, lift that heel nice and high, all the way up into your core. And then step that right foot forward between both hands. Left fingertips underneath the shoulder. Pull your right butt cheek in and back, and then start to twist to your right. So left hand on the ground, twist towards your right, maybe stacking your right hand above. Now we want to sink the hips down low, but lift that back thigh bone up. Feel your core. Deep breaths here. One more deep, slow breath. Open the heart center. And as we exhale, bring that right hand down. Left knee comes behind the right knee. So we're going to push out that back foot and squeeze the knees together. Bend both knees. And then step that left leg back. And again, push off left knee behind the right, squeeze. And step it back. Again, push off left knee behind the right, squeeze, hold it here. Now bring your left knee in line with your right knee, side by side. Keep that left ankle flexed. Push down through the right foot, hands to heart, find your balance. Slowly, slowly root down to rise up. And left knee is going to line up with your left hip, no higher than the hip. Go ahead and grab your left knee with your right hand. Left hand to your sacrum now. Push your butt back and feel the lift in your gut. Feel the lift in your core as you push your butt back slightly. So just neutralizing your spine. Notice how your core naturally engages to help you come back to a neutral spine. If and when you feel ready, reaching the left arm long behind. Open through your heart center. So widen again through the chest and heart space. Keep the corset hugging in. Root down to rise. One more breath here. As we exhale, we're going to keep that left ankle flexed, hands to the heart. We're going to push through that heel away from the crown of the head. So reach the crown of the head forward, push the heel away from the head. Hips are square. Lift your pelvis away from your front thigh. It's all core and legs here, glutes here. Another breath. And exhale, slowly step that left leg back to lunge. Now from here, we're going to replace the hands down and right foot off the ground. So we're going to hug that right side to your chest, hold it here. We're going to turn your heel to the left, toes to the right, but toes up towards your head. So you're on the edge of your foot. Lift up, maybe in your single leg side plank, Vashisthasana. Another breath here. Exhale back to plank pose. And then step it forward, left foot forward. Between the hands, interlace the opposite forefinger and thumb on top. One more time. Stretch the shoulders, stretch the legs if it feels good. Breathe deeply. Palms and wrists together if possible. If it feels good, bend into one knee and stretch towards the opposite leg. Gently, listen to your body though. And then bend into the other knee and stretch towards the other leg, gently. Another deep breath here as we come back to center. Exhale to release the hands all the way down. Another breath, lengthen the spine, inhale. Exhale from here. So you can bring your feet together again, sit back in your chair. Knees back and butt way back. Knees back, butt way back. Slowly, slowly, slowly making your way all the way down. If you need to split the knees open apart to come down to your bottom, like so, go ahead and do so. And then come all the way back up to sit here. Let's go ahead and take a Baddha Konasana. So soles of the feet together. Rock onto your sits bones. Bring your feet as close to your hips as possible. And take a nice deep inhale here. I like to hold on to my shins, lengthen the spine. And then as we exhale, we're going to come forward with a flat back. Not too far forward, and use the hands or your elbows to help press those thighs open. So here, we should not feel too much of a stretch in your lower back. It should be primarily in your outer hips here. So we don't want to round our backs. We want to keep it nice and flat. Just pressing those thighs away from us. Couple more breaths. All right, from here, slowly go ahead and stretch it out. Let's bring just the left leg out in front of us, right foot to the inner thigh. And then we want to pull that left butt cheek back. So it almost feels like we're shortening our left leg a little bit. Lengthen nice and tall. So we're going to root down here. As we exhale, twist to your left side, so outside of the leg. Pull your left toes up and back towards your head as we inhale, lengthen. Exhale again, twist from your core. Another breath. From here, one more as we inhale. As we exhale, release. Now we're going to twist towards the right, but this time right hand behind us, pressing into the right shin bone and knee. We're going to turn your left toes in towards the direction of the knee and lift those hips. Lift those hips up. So this is a side stretch, back bend and side stretch. Lift those hips high. Maybe stack the arm, left arm on top. Or maybe sweep that left arm all the way down and overhead. Feel that nice long stretch. Now press into the pinky toe edge of that left foot, that leg that's extended. Reach from pinky toe to pinky finger, away from each other. One more breath here. Lift those hips high. And exhale. Sweep that left arm down as we bring the hips down. And release. From here, again, we pull that left butt cheek, that left hip back as we inhale, lengthen. And exhale, fold over the left leg. So as much as we can, that left leg is short, hold back and bow forward. We want to try to keep those hips again nice and square here. Cleansing, nourishing breaths.
And inhaling slowly back up to center. As we exhale, we're going to wrap this right leg over top of your left. So I'm opposite of you now in the screen, but your right knee goes on top of your left leg. Left leg still extended. Feel a nice stretch through the outer hip on this right side. Pull the toes back as you inhale. Exhale, maybe gently lean forward. Now I'm on my fingertips to help kind of push forward if that feels good, or you can just fold over the leg, hands in front, whatever feels right for your body today. So here, maybe your hamstrings, your stretch in the left leg increases, but you're also getting that stretch through that outer hip. Let's inhale, lengthen slowly up here. And just take a moment as we exhale. And we'll stretch the opposite leg so that right leg now comes out in front of us. So right leg in front, left knee in towards your chest, foot to the inner thigh. We're going to pull that right hip back this time. So again, it feels like we shorten that right leg a little bit. Right arm behind us. Inhale, pull the toes back towards your head. So as we lift, as we flex that ankle back and toes back, it also connects to our core here. Lengthen spine as we inhale. Root down to grow tall. Exhale, twist from your core. Again, it feels like your insides, your internal organs are being wrung out a little bit. You feel the pelvic floor muscles, the deep abdominal muscles also lifting upward as we twist. And then as we come back to center, here we go. So we're still in this pose. We're gonna come into the other side. So twist to the left, left arm behind. We press into the left shin. Turn your right toes over to the left, pressing into the pinky toe edge. And we come into that Ardha Chandrasana on the knee here, modified. We can stack the shoulders here, right arm above the left, open through the chest, lift those hips, or we can sweep that right arm all the way down and overhead. Now press into that pinky toe edge here of your right foot and reach through the pinky finger. Keep lifting the hips. Lift up through that inner arch. One more breath, stretch. And then as we exhale, we sweep the arm and the hips down together. Good, so right leg is still in front. Pull the right butt cheek back again. So we always kind of square those hips off once more. Deep inhale, lengthen. And now as we exhale, bow forward, drawing the left shoulder towards the right foot. We're not twisting, but we are just energetically drawing that side forward. So that's the side of the body that tends to twist backward. We're trying to bring it forward. It's kind of like when we do the half splits pose and we draw that back thigh bone towards the front foot. Similar feel here. Squaring those hips to stretch hamstrings. And remember, don't go beyond where your hamstrings or lower back want you to go. Listen to your body and your breath. Come to a place that's manageable and workable with your breath, that you can soften and surrender a little bit. Some discomfort is okay, but as long as you can breathe through it. And slowly coming back up, inhaling. Exhaling, we're going to bring now that left knee on top of the right, crossing on top to stretch that outer hip. Right toes, again, lift up and back towards your head. Bow, keep a nice flat back here as we inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, maybe you're pressing into those fingertips, maybe not. With a flat back to bow forward. Now maybe reach the hands forward and soften over the leg, if that feels good. Breathing deeply. Inhaling when you're ready, slowly making your way up. And exhale, go ahead and release that left leg. Shake it out a little bit. All right, from here, those legs reach out in front of us and pull the flesh out from underneath. Legs a few feet apart, a couple feet apart at least. And then we're gonna go ahead and bring your right leg now. Sorry, your right arm up, reaching up as we inhale. First 3 fingers, peace sign and thumb. Exhale, wrap around that right big toe. Now root down, push down through your left leg and your core to slowly lift that right leg up. Slowly, slowly, we're gonna roll down. So keep pressing down to your hips. Left leg stays down as we roll through low back and then mid and upper. And see if we can hang on to this leg. But even if we need to bend that knee, that's okay. Let's see if we can hold on to this right big toe while keeping that outer right hip pressing down towards the left foot. So away from our shoulders, hips down, away from shoulders. Even if you have to bend that knee. One more breath here. From here, if you'd like a little bit of core work, we could stay here or we can lift up towards the leg. We can also lengthen and lift the left leg hovering off the ground and let go of that toe and reach, lift your heart and chest. So we feel this again in the center of the body in your core and reach for that left foot. A couple deep breaths here. You can stay here, or if you want more, meet the legs together, squeeze, and then exhale, squeeze, exhale. This can be a little bit much, so listen to your body. Exhale, only do what's right for you today. Exhale. And from here, we're gonna reach over to the outside of that right leg, twist, like you're doing your side crow here. Press that arm up against the thigh against the arm, hold it here, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. One more breath, exhale, and release. All right, from here, let's bring that right leg up once again, and we'll just cradle the leg in our arms here. Even if you have to bend that bottom knee, let's see if you can bring the foot towards your chest. Keep the ankle flexed and kind of cradle that leg, stretching the outer hip and the glutes here. Breathe with it. And a couple more breaths, stretching into those hips. So again, drawing the hips down away from shoulders, drawing the foot towards the chest. We're going to now bring that right knee across and over to the left side of us into our single leg twist, or you can also bring the knees together for more support. Another deep breath here. And gently back through center. Let's bring both knees up. And from there, we'll kind of rock it back and forth. If you like, you can rock and roll yourself all the way up or roll onto your side first. Last time to the other side here, rocking onto sit bones, pulling flesh out from underneath us. Left hand reaches out, first 3 fingers, reach up as we inhale, lengthen, exhale, grab peace sign and thumb wrapping around your big toe, left big toe. Root down again through your core and your right leg to lift the left leg, slowly rolling down vertebrae by vertebrae. And again, as we lay back, bending into the left knee as much as you need. Breathe deeply in the stretch. You can press those thighs and hips down away from the shoulders a little bit more. Remember, we can stay here as long as you like, or lift the heart and chest if you want some core work. Reaching for that big toe. Maybe the right leg hovers above the ground. Lengthen the leg, spread through the toes. Maybe both arms reach up. Couple deep, slow breaths. Strong through your core. One more breath. Then you can stay here or squeeze the legs together. So you can bring that right leg up as high as you need, and then exhale. Inhale, squeeze. Exhale. One more time. Squeeze, exhale. And then from here, bring the right arm to the outside of your left leg. So we find a twist through the upper body. We're pressing that right upper arm against the left thigh, and lift your chest and shoulders as high as we can for 3. Squeeze, 2, and 1. Slowly lower down. Let's bend into that left knee. From here, we're gonna flex that left foot and draw it towards your chest. So knee out to the left side, stretching the outer hip and glutes here. You can gently cradle that left leg, or if you like, I'm grabbing the outside of the left foot, and again, drawing it towards the heart center, gently as you rock back and forth, or rock side to side a little bit. And just find that angle that feels just right, breathing into those hips. Press down through your thighs, down through the hips. And then we'll take that knee, left knee, all the way over to your right. Gentle supine twist. So it's a single leg, or you can bring the knees up together and take a double leg twist. Open up the left arm, turning your gaze over your left shoulder. So again, here, if you feel that you need a little more support through your back or in your twist, you can bring those knees together. Long, slow breaths. Stacking that left hip on top of right. Feel those hips reach down away from shoulders. And gently bring that left knee back, center slowly. Let's bring that right leg up from here, holding onto your shins or ankles or the outer edges of your feet into your happy baby. Perhaps rocking side to side, or just find some stillness here, opening up through your hips. We'll bring the feet flat on the ground, knees up and wide apart. And then windshield wipe the knees over to one side, so your feet are about mat distance apart. Mat distance width or more. Stretch through the hip flexors and quads here, and then knees up and over to the other side. Stretch. Quadriceps, hip flexors, sideways. And you can take that one more time if you like. Finding what feels good for you. Maybe thighs in, curl into a little ball rounding your spine. And then slowly, when you're ready, pulling the flesh out from underneath you. So pulling the sits bones and your butt cheeks away from each other as you stretch the legs a few feet apart, arms down by your sides, perhaps palms facing up toward the sky, or you're welcome to rest your left hand on heart, right hand on belly, or anywhere on your body that feels right for you today. The palms facing up and a gesture of being open to receive. Let's take a few moments here again. Observe what you feel as you breathe. And allow your body to grow heavier, allowing the shoulders, the hips, the legs sink into the earth. Back of the head grows even heavier. Again, dropping in and give yourself to Mother Earth and feel her support and her embrace. Feel your chest is light, breath rising and falling effortlessly. Soften the face and jaw. Turning back to the heart. From your head to your heart, back to your true self and your true nature. Let go and let be. Just be. Now take a couple of slow, deep breaths. And lie here still as long as you like. Perhaps gently awakening fingertips and toes. Maybe slowly bringing the legs towards each other, arms overhead, stretching your whole body as you inhale. And again, melt into the earth here. Relax the shoulders and elbows as you exhale. Walking feet back up onto the ground and rolling onto your right side into a fetal position. Right arm as a pillow to your head. Take a couple deep breaths here. And if we take our next exhale, pressing into your left palm to slowly rise, keeping the eyes closed and a gaze inward, we'll find a nice tall and comfortable seat. Once more, just take a moment to observe what you feel as you breathe. Savor the breath. And as you feel ready, joining the hands together by your heart, sending Anjali Mudra of prayer. And lifting the heart slightly up towards the hands as we bow the head in towards the heart. Once more, taking deep, cleansing and nourishing breath. Sealing our practice and our intentions with gratitude. And if you'll join me once again with a round of Om. Exhaling slowly and completely out as you're ready. Inhaling as you're ready. Bowing humbly to the light and the teacher that dwells within each and every one. And thanking one another for sharing your practice. Thanking yourself for making the time. And thank the breath for giving you life. Namaste.